Welcome to Shake Hands with Destiny. This here course is if you want to learn how to remove collections fast and do it accurately within anywhere from 24 to 72 hours, you want to watch this video and do step by step. I'm going to be showing you a process here to remove collections. This here is just for a particular hack for collections. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the video here and show you how we're going to remove these collections using consumer law and tactics to remove these collections quickly. Okay, let's get it. Let's go. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and share my screen. All right, let's pop it in. Like I said here, this is tips and hacks. And if you already in our course already, you can always go under. I have a full section on best tips and hacks to be able to remove. Let me just show you where that is in our course, just real quick here. If you're in our course already, you just go into the classroom and you scroll down to where it says best tips and hacks. So in that best tips and hacks, it's going to be tips on how to remove inquiries, how to remove collections, how to remove charge-offs, how to remove other things a little bit quicker than the traditional process. This does not mean this substitutes it. It just simply means this is a process that we can try, okay, first. Okay, I'm about to share a powerful credit hack with you. It has been, you have to come back here into this video and tell me, hey, Corey, this worked for me. So go ahead and put in the comments on if you're on YouTube here, if this worked in the last 24 or 72 hours, okay? Like I said before, it's a strategic process. It doesn't substitute, but it's something that you can start and do this prior to doing the traditional method of utilizing letters and templates and so forth, okay? So let's get it, y'all. All right, so right here, let's first understand this is for a collection. A collection refers to a debt that's been turned over to a third party, what we call collection agencies, okay? Where they're doing a collection for the original creditor. So this particularly is going to be going again for collection agencies because there's going to be a law that we're utilizing because they have to have a signed contract in order for the original contract, which they never have because they buy these debts on what? Pennies on the dollar. So of course they don't have all of the information. So this is why when we initially send a validation letter, we ask them for a bearing a signature with our original contract, which they never send back to you. So this step here is going to be utilized in that process, okay? This is a step-by-step process in getting you to remove that collection quickly. So let's get it. Okay, so identify the collection. The very first thing what you want to do is you want to identify the collection agency on your actual credit report. So before you dive into this credit hack, I want you to understand, again, when you want to go to your credit report, when you go to your credit report, no matter if that's Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, or even for this matter, Credit Karma. Okay, we're going to do something in this hack that I don't ordinarily recommend, where I normally don't recommend you to dispute with the credit bureaus online, but that's what we're going to be doing in this particular hack. Okay, but we have to realize that this is a collection, not a charge off. Okay, so this hack does not apply to debts reported by the original creditor. I want to repeat that. If it has the original creditor, what that simply means is if you have a telephone collection, the original creditor was Verizon, but they have sold that to Portfolio Recovery. What we're going after is the collection that resides with Portfolio Recovery, not the collection that resides with not the collection or the charge off that is with the original collector. Okay, so make sure you identify which accounts are managed by the collection agency, as this is again, this is very focused solely on removing collections. I cannot stress that enough. If it's talking about charge off, this may not work. Okay. So the very first thing what we're going to do, we're going to file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, okay, better known as BBB. Okay, so when we're going to file this, the BBB is just an organization here that I put out here, organization here that helps consumer resolve disputes with businesses, including collection agencies. Also, filing a complaint with the Better Business Bureau can be a can be very powerful step in disputing the accuracy. So again, when you filing that with them, they're gonna let the creditor know, hey, they didn't came over here to us and they told on you, right? That's basically what we're doing here. Okay. And so what it does is, for unfair collections to your credit report, the Better Business Bureau works as a mediator, okay, encouraging companies to address the consumer loss. So consumer complaints towards resolution. So of course, these creditors don't want them. They know that they violated laws. We already know that, but they definitely don't want to be told on to the Better Business Bureau or the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. So the very first thing what we want to do is you want to visit www.bbb.org, which is the Better Business Bureau. Okay. You want to go to the file a complaint section, which I'm going to go step by step on telling you how to file this complaint. So that's the first thing, is what you want to do is go to the website of the Better Business Bureau. What you're going to do here is you're going to go to, I want to file a complaint. Okay. Not a review, but you want to click this button here where it just simply says file a complaint. That's the first thing you want to do. This is the first thing you're doing. The second thing is going to say, how can we help you? I'd like to file a complaint against a business. Okay. Have the Better Business Bureau help me get this resolution resolved to to my problem. You don't want to put, I'd like to share my experience about a business. No. You don't want to, I want to warn others about a scam. No. I like to file a complaint about a warranty dispute for a vehicle. No. You want to go to that very first one. I'd like to file a complaint against against a business. Okay. Where the Better Business Bureau, it can assist you with that. And so again, what we're doing is we're going to basically tell the principal on how to do this, okay? And they're going to help us by filing that. They're going to notify the creditor as well. So let's keep going. The second thing is what you want to do. You want to go where it tells you to find the business. What I want you to do is go back to whenever you went to your credit report. Let me hit the reverse button. You want to go to Experian. You want to go to TransUnion. You want to go to Equifax. You can use Credit Karma in this case. Credit Karma does take a little bit longer to resolve the issue, but you want to go to where it says collections on your credit report. Okay. And so again, you want to type in the name that whoever's holding that actual credit report. They will be in the Better Business Bureau. If they're not, it's going to be an easier chance to get this removed anyway. Okay, so you want to type in that name here or copy and paste that name right here where it says find that business. It's going to populate automatically. In this case, I use an example of Portfolio Recovery. Okay, and Portfolio Recovery is going to populate. It's going to give you the city, the state, and so forth for that. Okay, so that's that step there. So the very next step is going to say, we want to make sure we can help you with a complaint. Following will help us make sure the complaint is processed promptly. Okay, what you want to do here is the complaint solely about buyer's remorse? You regret spending money on the product or service? In this case, the answer to this is going to be no. No to all of the above questions. Is your complaint based solely on price? No, it wasn't. Are you solely seeking an apology from the business? No, we don't care about no apology. We want this stuff deleted. Are you filing a complaint for the Better Business Bureau information only? No, we're not looking for just information. Is this complaint solely about discrimination or civil rights? No. So your answer is going to be no there. All right. So let's go to the next question. And of course, this question is the same here, but you're going to be answering no to all of these. Okay. Is this an employee or employer complaint? No. Does your complaint seek criminal penalty? No. How has this complaint been filed in court? No, it has not. Not yet anyway. Okay. Are you a business attempting to collect money from another business? No, we're not. We're individuals. So again, if you hit yes to that, it's going to prompt you and have you go a different way. So you want to make sure you go no, no, no. Okay. And all of this is within our portal as well on step by step. Okay. So the next step that's going to come up is going to say file a complaint. To help others evaluate this business, your complaint details may be added to the business profile for this business or Better Business Bureau, BBB.org. Did this issue occur within the last 12 months? Yes, it did. Does your complaint involve a health issue or a healthcare provider? No, not in this case. We're trying to get, this is normally going to be installation loan. This is going to be creditor, things of that nature. Okay. A collection agency. All right. The next thing it's going to have you do, right? Let me admit one in. The very next thing is what it's going to ask you to do here. It's going to ask you to enter your personal, oops, I spelled that incorrect. My apologies here, y'all. It's going to ask you here after you've, oops, let's go back. After you file this particular portion on the Better Business Bureau, the next thing you want to do is enter in your personal information, okay? Once you've entered this personal information in, it's going to prompt you for the next screen. I didn't put this screen up. It's basically data entry of your personal information. So the next thing you're going to do with the Better Business Bureau, okay, you're going to type this statement or a statement very similar to this. Tell us about your problem, okay? I am not liable for the debt with the original creditor's name, whoever the original creditor is. So if that's Verizon, you want to put Verizon there. I do not have a contract, which you do not have a contract with the collection agency name, which in this case we use Portfolio Recovery. They did not provide me with the original contract as I requested. Again, whenever we send out that very first validation letter, we're always asking them for, did you send me my signature? Again, and I'm going to show you, so I'm going to give you an example of a letter here in just a second. Using this particular process, keep this in mind. You don't have, if you don't want to send that first validation letter, it's completely up to you. However, the Better Business Bureau will ask you in some cases how or what method did you use to contact the collection agency to ask them for the original contract. So in that case, we're going to say, hey, we sent them this particular validation letter. They did not send me back the original contract. I promise you 99% of the time, they are not going to send you a original contract. What they will try to send you is a bill. They'll send you everything but the original contract because many times they just do not have that original contract, okay, that they initially have. Sometimes medical can be a little different, and then that goes a little different. We can go into HIPAA laws in that case, okay? So let's keep going. The very next step here is what is your desired resolution, okay? Our desired resolution is going to be a drop-down menu here. We want to go to other, okay? And we're going to type in here, correction to my credit report. I demand this account be removed from my credit report. This is what you are desiring from the Better Business Bureau. Again, the Better Business Bureau is going to reach out to them as well. So this is all in our first process, just to the Better Business Bureau. Okay, so let's go to the next part. The next question on the Better Business Bureau is going to just simply give you 3 questions. Have you read this? I authorize this business to communicate with the Better Business Bureau. Yes, check. I consent to the collections. You want to go check on there. And then you want to hit that submit there. And that's going to submit that complaint. The next thing is what you're going to do. Like I said before, you may receive an email from the Better Business Bureau, okay? When you get that email from the Better Business Bureau, they may say, provide documentation of a request where we sent you what you sent to the debt collector seeking the original contract or other verification of the debt. What are you going to send them, and how are you going to respond to that? What you're going to respond is you're going to simply send them over. If you've already sent this letter, you can send them a copy of this verification letter of that first validation letter. I'm sorry, I said verification, but the first validation letter. And as you can see, oops, I'm sorry, I can't highlight. Let's see, give me a second. let's see why, there we go. I can't highlight here on the Zoom here, but right here, as you can see, in the very first letter that I sent over to them, and this using this is a validation letter, which you can simply send this. This is all within our portal as well. You can always grab that portal out of round one. I'm requesting a validation, yada yada. Please note that I'm requesting a validation. Where is it here? Oh, okay. Right there. Evidence bearing my signature showing that I have or ever have some contractual obligation to pay you. Okay. Again, the whole notion here is when a collection agency, you do not USC 1581, you do not have a contract with them to pay them any money. So they're not going to be able to send you that contract. So this is what we are utilizing. But this particular letter is what you can put back to the Better Business Bureau, because the Better Business Bureau may send you something saying, hey, we cannot finish your complaint without you doing this particular step. So this is what you want to give to the Better Business Bureau. So the next thing is what we want to start is now you want to actually file another complaint with the actual credit bureaus, okay? i.e. Experian, i.e. TransUnion, i.e. Equifax. In this case, I normally never ever tell you to use Credit Karma, but Credit Karma, you can use this particular hack with Credit Karma, okay? I usually would say Experian in this case, and I'm gonna give y'all another hack for Equifax, but that's, you gotta wait, you gotta go into the portal. I'm gonna get some more hacks in there over the weekend. And if you're on YouTube, you need to come on over here to get into this community, y'all, because there's gonna be a lot of hacks in here. As over the next weekend, I'm gonna be submitting 3 or 4 more hacks where you have some data breaches. But one thing I want you guys to remember, always go back and freeze your secondary bureaus if you haven't done that. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But right here, I want you to go to either Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax or Credit Karma. And for this example, I'm going to be going to Experian, okay? So what you want to do is, first of all, what you want to do is once you go to Experian or Equifax or TransUnion, we want to go to the collection, okay? Everybody's sitting pretty good. Any questions so far? I'll come back here in a second for any Q&A. But what you want to do here is find the collections on your actual credit report, okay? Once you have found that actual collection, you want to click on that particular collection, okay? Once you click on that particular one, you want to scroll down, and if you're on Experian, it's going to ask you, do you want to dispute this account? You want to click dispute this account. Again, normally I never tell you to dispute an account online, but in this case, you're going to be disputing this online, okay? So you're going to hit dispute this account. Then very next thing is going to be select the reason you want to dispute, not mine or no knowledge of account. I don't have any knowledge of this account. Why? Because this is not my original, I don't have a contract with them, and they're putting this on my account erroneously or inaccurately or definitely without my consent. So we're talking about the collection agency, not the original creditor, okay? So next one, you want to go back to the original statement that you put with the Better Business Bureau when it tells you to add a comment. You want to put the exact same statement that you want to copy and paste that statement that you put with the Better Business Bureau. You want to put the exact same statement here. I'm not liable for this date with, i.e. the original creditor, such as Verizon. I do not have a contract with, i.e. the collection agency, Portfolio Recovery. They did not provide me with the original contract as requested. Again, all burden of proof is on them to provide it, not you. You can dispute anything on your credit report. It is up to them to submit the proof at that point, okay? So let's go to the next one. And you can do this same exact thing with TransUnion and same exact thing with Equifax or Credit Karma. Again, your reasoning here, it's gonna give you what you submitted here. Your comment is gonna be there. So what you want to go here is submit that dispute. You want to submit that dispute. Got it there. And in this case, it's going to ask you, okay, do you want to dispute with the other credit bureaus? I don't want you to dispute. So if you're on Experian, for example, it's going to ask you, do you want to dispute with Equifax and TransUnion? I don't want you to do that, because what happens if they deny your dispute? So now it's denied with Equifax and TransUnion. No, what I want you to do is, if they deny it with, for example, on this hack, if they deny it with Experian, you go do this dispute on Equifax or TransUnion. Once they remove it on one, they'll remove it on the other two as well. And sometimes if they remove it on Experian, within 24 to 72 hours, they're going to then remove it off the other two, because the creditor is then removing. It just may take 2 or 3 weeks for them to remove it from the other bureaus. Okay, so that right there, and I'll come back and answer any questions as well. But let me stop sharing for a quick second. And again, what this is this is a particular hack, okay, that we're utilizing here. This can be done in conjunction with your credit dispute. So if you sent out that first validation letter and you want to go immediately to that, you can do that to see if it works. If it doesn't, you just continue in your process. You can do this initially and just say, you know what, I want to send this off. But you just remember, the Better Business Bureau may come back and say, hey, what proof did you send? What letter did you send to the original creditor? They're going to ask you that question. So I suggest go ahead and send the letter over to the collection company anyway. It doesn't hurt for to go ahead and send that off. You mailed it. So that way, when the Better Business Bureau say, what did you send? This is what I sent. Okay. So again, this is for collections only. So let's open it up for a panel for any questions that y'all might have here, if any.